How many products should you have before launching your Shopify store? That's coming up. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and we don't know each other, my name's Kerry, and I created this channel to bring you the best strategies, secrets, and hacks to grow your online t-shirt, apparel, or print-on-demand business. And today we're touching on a subject that is really just about e-commerce. If you're doing any kind of e-commerce, whether it be drop shipping or creating your own products, or you are in t-shirts, apparel, or print-on-demand, this is just a question I get all the time that I wanted to address here on a video. And the question is, how many products should you have in your store before you actually open the doors to the public for people to come in and buy on your Shopify store? So today we're answering that question. I want to start off by talking about really two different types of stores that you'll see out there. The first type of store is your more traditional store, where you might have a lot of different categories, a lot of different products, and they're organized so people can kind of go through there and just browse all the products that they want. You'll see this type of store on like Amazon or Walmart or like a Best Buy. These are the more traditional way to set up your e-commerce store. The second type of way is a little bit newer, and a lot of people call it a one-product store. It's also a lot of times referred to as like a sales funnel type. And really the idea of a one product store is that you reduce all the decision fatigue and all the different options, and you're just promoting one core product. Now, this usually isn't going to be just like a t-shirt or, something that's very inexpensive or just doesn't have a lot of depth to it. It's got to be something that's kind of novel and really useful to people to create an entire store around it. You see this around something like maybe a supplement, or maybe like I've seen it with different new styles of blenders and kitchen gadgets. There's a whole lot of different things that you could build a one product store around, but the idea of it is that all roads lead back to one product, and you may offer some complementary products and upsells in that, but everything leads back to just one product. So I think it's important that you kind of understand that there's really those two types of stores, where you've got a lot of products or you've just got the one product. And today we're mainly going to be focused on the traditional type of store. But it's a great question to ask of how many products you should have, because when you're just starting out, it might be hard to come up with a lot of products or figure out what products to offer. So a lot of people ask, is this enough? Do I have enough? Is it 4 or 5 or 10, or do I need 20 or 30 products? When can I launch? And so it's a great question to ask. When I was just starting my first e-commerce store a little over 4 years ago, I set up a simple Shopify website. I knew I wanted to sell t-shirts, but I was trying to figure out, where do I find these designs and t-shirts? I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know about print on demand. And I knew about this website called AliExpress. I'd seen it on YouTube. I'd seen other people drop shipping from AliExpress. I went to AliExpress. I looked for a couple t-shirts that were within the niche that I was wanting to sell in. And I found about 4 t-shirts that I could sell. I grabbed the images, I listed those on my website, and I launched my store with Facebook ads, only having about 4 t-shirts, and I was shipping them from China on this store. And lo and behold, about a day later, I got my first sale, and I started to make sales just with four t-shirts on my store, just 4 measly products. I didn't have any fancy mock-ups. I didn't know anything about product descriptions or social proof. Just had these kind of 4 basic t-shirts there and started to make sales. So there's a lot more to that story. Obviously, it didn't work out with shipping from AliExpress. I switched over to print on demand. That's a whole nother story. But I say that to say that is one of the reasons that I really encourage my students and people that follow me to take imperfect action. You see it right back there. Taking imperfect action is the most important thing, because when you wait for everything to be perfect, you end up procrastinating, and most people never end up launching their store, because you might think you need 20 or 30 or more items on there just to launch, when really you should just get to the best spot that you can and get those products out there and start getting some sales and start seeing some proof that your store is going to work, that you have a good idea, and that you're going to be able to stick with it long term and actually make money. So there's not a magic number. That's kind of the short answer here. I think that you should probably start with a couple items, but you don't need a ton of items. Getting somewhere into that maybe 5 to 10 product range is a great place to start. And you shouldn't wait to launch your store because you don't have a lot of products. And specifically talking about print on demand and t-shirts and that kind of thing, if you really just have a couple of designs for your t-shirts, you can also put those on other items, right? And you'll be able to build out, 10 or 15 items pretty quickly by just picking a few categories of products. Like maybe you do t-shirts and hats. You put your designs on the t-shirts and the hats. You build out a cool little store, and you're ready to launch. You don't need a bunch of designs, and you don't need a ton of products. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, would you please smash that like button? And also consider subscribing to the channel. We put out new videos every single Tuesday around e-commerce, Shopify, print on demand, t-shirts, all that good stuff. We'd love it for you to become a part of the family. And let me know in the comments, how many products do you have in your store? I'm curious to know if you have only a few products or maybe one product or a ton of products. I want to know in the comments. One of the reasons I don't recommend that you have a ton of products on your store when launching or in general is because decision fatigue is a real thing. If people come to your website, your store, and there's so many options and so many different products, and even on the product page, they've got 10 different styles that they can choose from and all these colors, that's going to reduce conversions and it's going to cause you to not make as many sales as you would like. So reducing the options and just having your best products there and not this crazy huge selection of designs and products is actually going to help you become a more credible brand and increase your conversion rate and make more sales. So I don't recommend that you have a ton of products. I don't recommend that you start with one or two, but maybe get to that 5 to 10, 15 range. Somewhere in there is a great spot to start. Also keep in mind that the success of your store is not hinging on having a ton of products. It's really more hinging on having a really solid product page. Your product page is super important. That's where if you're running ads or you're running any kind of marketing, even organic marketing or sending emails out to your followers, you're going to be sending people straight to the product page. And if you aren't, you should be, because that's going to increase your conversions and reduce the amount of steps that people have to go through to buy. So you want to focus on having a really good product page as opposed to having a store with a bunch of products. Your product page is the most important thing, and you should spend time there improving it and making it convert higher. So remember, a lot of times people just come straight from an ad over to your product page and buy, and they're not even looking at all the tons of products that you have. So that's another reason why you don't need a ton of products, because you should be sending traffic directly to those product pages. In summary, you don't need a ton of products before launching your Shopify store. In fact, I recommend that you keep it simple and reduce that decision fatigue. And the most important thing is that you take imperfect action. It's better to get your store out there today, start getting some proof, start getting some sales, and really creating belief in yourself that it's going to work, rather than holding off and trying to build this masterpiece. You're never going to build the masterpiece. You got to just get out there and make improvements as you go, start getting feedback, and start getting sales. Hey, by the way, did you know that we have 3 programs that help people just like you start, grow, and scale profitable online t-shirt and apparel businesses? We have 3 programs that are all different levels, whether you're a beginner, whether you're making some sales and wanting to grow, or whether you're needing personal coaching and training and support. We have 3 programs that can help you. So I just want to invite you to head over to joincarry.com. You can actually see all of our programs, and you can check those out for yourself and see if they can help you, see if it's a good fit. But we love it for you to become a part of our Shirt School family by just heading over to joincarry.com and checking it out. I'll see you next week.